Man, No Jumper is falling apart. I know you've been probably watching this channel for a minute and you can kind of get the idea that everything is going wrong for No Jumper. But what if I were to tell you that thousands of people are unsubscribing from the original No Jumper platform as we speak? And it's been like that for a couple weeks, ever since the drastic decline in content and everyone leaving and stuff, man. This might be the straw that finally breaks the camel's back, and No Jumper might be going out of business, man. We gotta get into this situation right now. But before we do, I'm gonna need you to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna run up this video, man. Check out the merch, link in the description at staysafeworld.com. You already know what's going on. Let's get it. The platform formerly created by Adam Grandmason, based around the underground of the rap scene, has basically hit some hard times, man. In the past couple of weeks, ever since the crazy ass incidents that happened on the show and all the people basically leaving, thousands of people have been unsubscribing from No Jumper, and a mass exodus that I have never really even seen before in the internet world, man. We got to get into a lot of different things today about what caused this, why is everyone leaving, and is the ship sinking and Adam is just gonna stay there, or what's really gonna go down, man? So if you've really been following this channel for a minute, you've definitely seen my previous videos that sort of talked about why No Jumper is kind of at this point, and there's a lot of different reasons, but the first reason is definitely Adam's mishandling of the No Jumper brand over the long term. This dude basically built a whole audience based off of people that love to see their favorite interviews with rappers and stuff like X, Juice WRLD, those type of people. But eventually all these artists that he really came up with all sort of died out, and then he needed to switch the program into a different direction. But even before all that happened, he did a lot of questionable things in his past that a lot of people definitely called out, from former employees to people that basically on Reddit who have been bombing this dude with like allegations, and you know, the whole thing that went down that basically got him and his company blacklisted by Atlantic Records and canceled their whole deal. That sort of went down. Amount of allegations basically came out. Right now there's basically allegations of Adam 22 writing a crazy ass blog post in detail about some pretty graphic stuff that I can't even really talk about. But if you check online and look up Adam 16, you already know what's going on, man. That happened a number of years ago, but then now a lot has basically come out in the past couple of days, including Lil Pump basically coming out and saying everything is true about Adam, former employee Chris Long coming out saying that Adam 22 did the things and got with underage people and was on tour with Lil Pump, providing them drugs, getting them fucked up just to film it all and stuff like that, and a lot of creepy ass behavior. And that all sort of came together at one time and basically drastically dropped No Jumper stock altogether. That in itself would have been a death sentence for any other brand. But on top of that, we have the whole incident that happened with his former co-host AD, Duno, T-Rel, and all of them basically leaving the platform at the same time. Even though Adam really says that their program at the end of the day wasn't really bringing any money to the brand, it really brought some sense of camaraderie and a fan base to really care about it. Sure, they weren't really tuning in because there wasn't a lot of stuff really going on a lot of the times, but they cared about these people enough to like still follow them onto their other platforms. So it definitely shows something, you know, like not everything is really going to make money on YouTube, not only because of views but also because of the strict monetization rules. So you can't talk about certain things without basically getting non-monetized by YouTube. So you got to be careful. You can't even curse a lot. So off rip, to have like a comedy based podcast, it's like you're pretty much not going to really make money off that. You'll get views and subscribers that will buy merch, but at the end of the day, there's graphic stuff that you talk about. The more graphic and the more you just curse or like act like a normal person, the less your money you're going to really make. So, and this goes back to the whole thing after the underground basically died out. They needed these people right there to solidify the LA like gang and like underground type scenes to get people from LA really tapped in. But then after all these people left, there's not really anything to really go for. And on top of the whole allegations that basically ruined Adam's career to the point where people are spamming Adam 16 on all of his like Instagram posts and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to remember. And it's really bad for branding because it's not like a lot of rappers are really going to want to reach out on top of the fact that all this is happening and want to be interviewed. It would really take only like underground rappers that don't even have that big of an audience to really tap in. No large scale rapper is really going to tap in. And the final reason why I feel like the platform is just dying as a whole, the podcasts weren't really that interesting. Like, they kind of forced them onto us with viral clips, like of Sharp basically attacking like women and stuff, and like Adam having people getting beat up on the platform and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, man, there was no real like good quality content like the interviews that he had with the rappers, because that's originally what got people roped in. All that other stuff is extra to keep the brand going. But the downside about all this is, like, you really look at all the stuff that went down and you see that they have been interviewing so many people for so long. There's not really anyone else they can really interview. Like, there's no breaking the mold. Like, back in the day, they were really breaking the mold by getting XXXTentacion and different people who were never getting interviewed before that were huge. Nowadays, it doesn't really seem like anyone really cares, and they pretty much like interviewed anyone that is worth interviewing at this point. That they ran out of artists to interview, and now they just interview like internet people, and no one really cares about their opinions. People are diehard fans of artists, not just random people on the internet. So the views are never going to look the same. So it's a general downfall in content quality, a downfall in people's view of No Jumper, and everything altogether that contributed to one of the craziest losses in subscribers that I've ever seen consistently, man. And it just sucks for them because they just renovated the No Jumper complex and like invested hella money, like millions of dollars into it, just to drive the program into the ground. I wouldn't be surprised if they go bankrupt or something. They might have to downsize or do something else because it's not really hitting the same, especially with so many people leaving the program. It's looking like it might be the end for No Jumper and Adam 22, man. But hey, let me know in the comments what y'all think about that, man. Real stay shit. You already know what's going on. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. Peace.